Alright, so I figured I go ahead and create this video to talk about this manga. That manga being 20th Century Boys. Okay? Alright, so that's the first volume, and it goes all the way up to, I believe, 12 volumes. 12 volumes, and this is the very last one. 20 goes on to 21st Century Boys. Okay, side note. So these volumes that I'm showing you right now are the perfect editions. Okay, the perfect editions goes up to 12 volumes, right? For 20th Century Boys are also single volumes. You know, they're like 24 in total. So this, while it's still fresh on my mind, guys, I decided I want to talk to you guys about it and give you my thoughts and opinions on it, and just like, I'm just gonna make a bold statement. And this manga right here, fresh out of reading it, I'll just say this manga may never get an anime adaptation. I'm just being completely honest. I'm keeping it 1,000 with y'all, because this manga right here is just so complex. It's so much going on in 20th Century Boys. It's just mind-boggling. It's just to give y'all a little more context, okay? So just take this like a group of kids, right? Okay, and you know, kids gonna be kids. They dream up and act out many different childlike fantasies and scenarios, you know, superheroes, robots, whatever, you know. And these group of kids, they come up with something called like a book of prophecy, right? And this book of prophecy contains like just like a plan of action for the kids that want to be superheroes, and their plan against the villains, right? And they come up with like a plan for both the hero side and the villain side, right? Now this is just my own interpretation of the story, and I'm gonna try to keep it as spoiler free as possible, you know. So these group of kids, you know, they have this book of prophecy, so they got a hero side and villain side, and you know, I won't go too deep into what the book of prophecy contains, so that's up to you guys to read up on. But this like book of prophecy, just like, it turns into reality like years later when these group of kids are a lot older, you know. And it's just like there's this antagonist that comes to play, and his name, he goes by Friend. And these group of kids, they're trying to figure out, who is this friend, right? Who is this friend? They don't know who this person is. It's like one of their long lost, long forgotten childhood classmates or somebody. The overall premise is like trying to figure out who Friend is, right? Pretty much. So I forgot to mention that Friend's sole purpose as the antagonist in the series is to rule the world. That's his sole purpose. I won't say any more than that, but just keep that in mind when you are going into reading this series. Friend, to me, like he's like a cult leader. Okay, we're just gonna keep it like that. The Friend is like a cult leader, and yeah, that dude. For me personally, I enjoyed Friend as an antagonist. Okay, but everybody's gonna have their own interpretation and own opinion on how they feel about him and, you know, what he does. But bottom line, is basically a kid game turned reality. Okay, the idea about superheroes and villains, you know, saving the world and whatever. It's like these childhood fantasies that these kids, this group of kids, dreamed up of, and just imagining, is like that actually came to fruition years later, and they caught off guard. They like, the hell, like why is this stuff happening? Like, and they're realizing like this is the stuff that they were talking about as kids, just for fun. And then just like all of a sudden it just coming out of nowhere, and they just they like, wow, what in the world? Like, you just having death. It's so much death going on, and you know, so much mystery behind who who's causing his death, and it's just like they trying to get to the bottom of it, right? And it's like the main group of kids, main cast, off the top of my head: Kenji, Yukiji, Ocho, Morao. Sorry if I butchered his name. Carrion. Who else? I know I'm forgetting a bunch of other people. Yoshitsune. It's a bunch of kids. It's a bunch of kids, man. bunch of people. But that's just like the main core of the story. Those people that I named, plus maybe one or two others. Now, when I say this manga may not ever get an anime adaptation, I mean, I could be as bold to say it will never, but it's honestly the truth, because just the story is just so much. Like, I thought One Piece was complex, like a complex story, but this washes One Piece like just 100 times over. It just like, damn, like this story is created by Naoki Urasawa, for those of you who didn't know. Naoki Urasawa. This is like probably the second piece of work I read by him. The other one was Pluto, but that was like a collab with Osamu Tezuka. But this is entirely like his own work. So yeah, this it's such a convoluted plot, man. It's just ridiculous, because it's like in the story from beginning to end, it's like you jump from the present. Actually, it's like you jump from the future to the present, to the past, to the future, to the past, to the present, to the future again, to the past, to the it's so many time jumps. It's like it'll be so hard for the anime to keep up and adapt all of that in a beautiful fashion, in a smooth fashion, because like, I don't know how any studio out here can pull that off, doing so many time jumps, because it's like from one page I'll be reading like the present time, and then just switch back to the past, and then just switch back to the future, and it's just like, damn, like I'm trying to keep up, it's so much, but it kept me intrigued, and the story was captivating, for the most part. This is spoiler free, so I won't talk too much about in the end and everything, but this the story was very, very interesting, something that I've never read before, something that just like inspired me as an artist myself. I love to embark on new stories, new characters, new ideas, and just new everything, and this fit the bill and provided that for me. It filled that void, and that's what I appreciate about Naoki Urasawa. He just comes different with his work, and his art style is his own. His art is superb. I love his style. This book is it's a must read. It's just a must read, man. Y'all have to read it for yourselves to truly understand where I'm coming from, and just understand how complex this manga is, because it is just too complex. It's a lot going on, but it's a beautiful story at the end of the day. Brilliant, just brilliant. And I believe you guys would truly enjoy the characters. You'll fall in love with them. Me personally, I attached myself to like some of them, not all of them, but some of them, because like I really felt for some of them, because there's certain aspects in the story I could talk about, maybe a couple. Like, it was an aspect of bullying, because I was bullied as a kid, middle school, high school a little bit, and I really felt for it. Really resonated with me when I saw like one of the kids getting bullied, and it hurt me, and I really felt that. So it's just like, It's beautiful, man. So it's like those little bits and pieces that Naoki Urasawa he drops in there to really give the story more impact. That's what really hooked me. It really hooked me to the story, straight up. But all in all, guys, give this manga a read. Like, it's definitely a good read. I guarantee that you guys would enjoy it. Definitely check out Naoki's other pieces of work. You know, I am about to get into Monster. I'm actually gonna watch the anime because I've seen the anime. It's not the best highest quality anime. You know, I mean, it came out like in 2000s, I believe. So yeah, I'd rather watch the anime than than read, because reading definitely takes a lot longer. If you know, you know. But sadly, like 20th Century Boys don't have an anime. That's tragic, man. But it makes so much sense to me now after reading it why it doesn't have an anime. There is a live action. I haven't watched it. I seen like maybe clips. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that joint look ass, but that's just me. Read the manga, okay? And you are doing the series way more justice reading the manga than watching the live action, okay? But yeah, let's have a healthy discussion. Yes, sir. And hey, y'all stay locked in on the channel and have a blessed day. I'm out.